Hello and welcome to Get Great at Maths. Today we're going to look at the GCSE Mathematics OCR J560 exam paper from the June 2022 series on the higher tier, paper 4, and this is question 12 on the calculator paper. So question 12 is a question to do with circle theorems, and in this question you're given a diagram with some angles on and you've got to work out a missing angle and you've got to give your reason why. Now this question is worth 2 marks as it shows you in the bottom right hand corner here with the number 2. So there's 1 mark for giving the angle and then there's 1 mark for giving the correct reason. Now the angle you've got to work out is angle BCA. So if you start at corner B, go to C and then go across to A, then the angle you're looking for is this angle in between here at C. Now to find this angle, we need to use a circle theorem. Now there are 8 circle theorems and the one that we need for this one is probably the trickiest one to spot, is the circle theorem which involves the alternate segment theory. Now what the alternate segment theory says is this angle here, okay, is in the alternate segment to the line that you've got down the bottom, and it's going to be exactly the same as this angle here, BAF. So I've got a tangent drawn to this circle, and these 2 angles here are going to be exactly the same because of the alternate segment theory. Okay, it is quite a tricky one to spot, this one. So you get 1 mark for just writing 53 and there's 1 mark for writing alternate segment. Now if you wrote theory as well, that's absolutely fine. That is optional, that word theory. And it does say condone, which means allow the word rule or allow the word theorem. Okay, so that was 2 marks in total for question 12A. For part B, we've got a more complicated diagram, and I'm going to show you 2 methods in order to be able to solve this. So the first method gets us to the answer slightly quicker, and they start off in exactly the same way. Now in this diagram here, you're told that the angle GOJ is 52, which is labelled on the diagram. You're told that angle GJH is X, which is the angle we want to find. And you're told that the lines JO and GH are both parallel. Now this question is worth 5 marks in total. It also says at the bottom of the question you must show your working. If you do not show your working and you get the correct answer, or you use the wrong working out to get the correct answer, you don't get any marks for it. So you must have the correct working in order to get the full 5 marks for this question. Now, this question here is quite tricky to sort out which circle theorem you're going to use to start with, because it looks a bit like it's a bow tie, but the bow tie, which is the angle in the same segments that equal, has to be with both points, or all 4 points, on the circumference of the circle. And here I've only got 3 of the points on the circumference. That point of the origin is not on the circumference, so I can't use angles in the same arc are equal. So the circle theorem that is hidden here is the one that looks like the arrow that you can just see that's just appeared on the screen. And this says the angle at the circumference, okay, or the angle at the centre here, which is 2x, is double the angle at the circumference. So this is the circle theorem we're going to be using. And this angle here, right at the top, is the same as this angle here at H. So whatever angle is at the centre, if you halve that angle, that takes you to the angle at the edge. So in this case, we've got to do 52 divided by 2, which gives me 26, as angles at the centre is double the angle at the circumference. So this top angle up here is 26. You get 1 mark for working that out. The next mark comes from using the fact that we've got parallel lines. Now, using parallel lines, we can spot that we've got something called alternate angles, and that forms a Z within the parallel lines, and between that Z we get the same angle. So this angle that's just been highlighted here, OJH, is also 26 because of the alternate angles mean that these 2 angles are both 26. That is my second mark. Now here I've got an isosceles triangle. Now I've got the triangle OJG, okay, is an isosceles triangle, which means the length OJ is a radius and the length OR is a radius, and these two are exactly the same. Now, angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if I do 180, take away 52, gives me 128. But if I halve that, I get 64, which is the angles at the bottom. Okay, so the one on the right-hand side is 64. And also, the angle OJG is 64. But I already know that OJH is 26. So angle X plus 26 is going to give me 64. And then if I take 26 from both sides, gives me 38, gives me my last mark. So you need to then write 38 on your lined answer once you've got your final answer. Now the second method, exactly the same as the first one, up until the point where we get to the green line. So from this point here where I'm drawing a line across here, this above is going to be exactly the same. It's just an alternative method for the end of this question. So method 2, as I said, is the same up until this isosceles triangle. And then you can see I've got a triangle, which is triangle OJG. So if I just draw it on this triangle O to J to G in here, angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if I add up all those angles in triangle OJG, gives me X plus 64 plus 26 plus 52 equals 180. Subtract 64, 26 and 52 from 180 gives me 38, which again is the same answer, which gives me my final 5th mark. The mark scheme says you get 38 degrees with correct working. Okay, over here at the bottom it says SC2 for answer of 38 with no working or insufficient working. Underneath that it says if the answer is 38 and the working is incorrect, okay, only award the B marks. Okay, if you've got any of those angles up here and here, these are B marks here, only award those if you've got any of those correct, but you can't get any answers for marks for getting that 38. Now, on the mark scheme, they gave a mark for doing OGH using alternate angles of 52. I didn't use that in my working, but it was a method mark that they gave. We got the angle of JHG, which was 26. We got the angle of 64 from using the isosceles triangles for 2 marks. And then for working through to get the 138 is a method mark here on the end. Thanks for listening. This was a video done by Get Great at Maths. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to see more if you would like to see some more videos. Thanks very much. Bye.